NASA made a big announcement this morning, naming all 4 astronauts who will travel around the moon and beyond in the Artemis II mission. ABC 7 News reporter Lena Howland listened in on the announcement, which has really a lot of firsts. Lena.
Kristen, that's right. We can say now the first woman, the first person of color, and the first international crew member assigned to a lunar mission will be on board Artemis II, which will take 4 astronauts around the moon for the first time in more than 50 years. Among the 4 selected was decorated NASA astronaut Victor Glover. He'll be the pilot of Artemis II. He's the first person of color to head to the moon, but long before that, he was also the first person in his family to graduate from college. And he's got ties to California, too. Originally born in Southern California, he got his engineering degree from Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo, and he also went to flight school at Edwards Air Force Base in Kern County.
We need to celebrate this moment in human history, because Artemis II is more than a mission to the moon and back. It's more than a mission that has to happen before we send people to the surface of the moon. It is the next step on the journey that gets humanity to Mars.
Artemis II will be the first mission with a crew on NASA's new Orion spacecraft and the first to launch on the agency's new heavy lift rocket, the Space Launch System.
Artemis II will carry the hopes of millions of people around the world. It will carry the aspirations of the NASA family who glance up at the moon every night, knowing their efforts will return us to the moon.
Artemis II is set to send these 4 astronauts selected today into space, specifically to the South Pole of the moon next year. And NASA leaders say this mission will carry so much more than just these 4 astronauts. Now, the team made up of 3 Americans and 1 Canadian already got a phone call from President Biden thanking them for their service and also giving them an invitation to the White House once they get back, and says their work will continue to inspire countless people, not only across the country, but around the world.